I wonder if they liked the Super Bowl, because I didn't.
You didn't?
No. God.
Hang on, let's get some sports music going here. There we go.
No.
Well, Jalen Hurts lost his starting job in college. He wasn't a first-round draft pick. Even after leading his team to a Super Bowl, there were questions about how he could give the Philadelphia Eagles a win. And he did yesterday, named Super Bowl MVP. He had a great game. They just ran all. I think maybe the Chiefs, when you've won 2 Super Bowls, you don't get up for it like you've won twice. Like maybe it's not as,
I don't know,
the fire in your belly kind of thing.
It was the score was 40-22.
Really?
But at halftime, I think it was, it was like 20.
It was 20 to nothing. Yeah.
That score isn't indicative of the.
I stopped watching after the halftime.
Yeah, it was. I was looking at my texts to my wife, who was in the other room. I said, "I'm done with this game. You want to watch something else?"
I audibly said, "Yawn."
Yeah. What is it? The Chiefs didn't even get past the 50-yard line in the.
They had like zero offense.
Yeah.
Zero.
And it was no fun. I mean, it was fun for Philadelphia fans probably.
And I don't hate Philadelphia. It's not like I was like I actually, if they had been in the Super Bowl against somebody else, I probably would have been rooting for them. And I am happy former Ute, former Timpview High School football player Britton Covey is a Philadelphia Eagle. He didn't play, he was hurt, but he gets a ring.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So that made me happy.
Yeah, either team could have won, and I wouldn't have cared and been fine. It was a boring game.
I thought that the pre-show stuff was really way too chaotic. They did it on Bourbon Street.
There was a lot,
and there was it was really noisy, and I admire those the sports guys Strahan and Howie Long and for being able to kind of perform even with all that chaos around them. But God, it was noisy.
One of the first things I noticed was Tom Brady's watch.
Yeah, really.
Everybody noticed.
It was it's hideous.
Yeah.
It was this gigantic, and one of the friends I was watching it with, she said, that's a medal that is not accessible to normal people. That's some other metal that we haven't even
didn't
been.
it say it was
$650,000?
No, $740.
$740,000. That's
for a watch.
Bill's paying wholesale for it.
Yeah.
I really would like a watch.
It was so ugly.
I didn't really notice it.
Oh my! I don't know how you missed it.
Although I did think it was neat that Tom Brady threw a pass from one of the balconies across the street to Gronk, and then another pass to a trombone player, and they both caught the pass. But speaking of Gronk, there's somebody that I had way too much of, way too much of.
He has too much energy for you. I think.
What is that supposed to mean?
No, I just mean he's a lot. He
has too much energy. He makes me tired.
Yes,
no.
I don't know who that is. So
he's a lout. He's a big sweaty lout, and I don't see any charm or a poise in him at all. And he was on all the pregame stuff. He was on 60 commercials. I'm done. He was in the Pizza Hut commercials.
I don't know who it is, so
Well,
I mean, I know the name, but I couldn't spot him.
So the halftime show.
Yeah,
Kendrick Lamar.
I think we are not familiar with Kendrick Lamar.
It's no, I've never met him.
So I employed the help of my young son Muhammad.
Not the prophet, but your
not
son.
the prophet, my son.
Right.
And I said, "Help me with Kendrick Lamar."
Help me, Muhammad.
And he said, and this is fascinating to me, he's the first musician outside of classical and jazz that has won a Pulitzer Prize.
Really?
Yeah, he won. I heard that he'd won a Pulitzer Prize.
And I said, really? And Muhammad said, yeah. He said he had this album. This was a few years ago, but I guess if you listen to it, like the way it's laid out, start to finish, it tells one story.
Oh, okay.
if you turn it around, no, not backmasking, but just listen to it last song first and listen to it the other way, tells a completely different story.
Oh,
so he's a really good writer. They call him, he's kind of alternative rap.
Now,
I thought it was a good show.
I loved the choreography and all of that. I thought was excellent. Here's the thing, and me, it's so I'm not an aficionado of rap music by any means. I don't know a lot about it, but they said he did 10 songs on the halftime show.
Yeah.
It sounded like one song to me.
Now, I said the same thing to Muhammad, and he said, well, take Bruce Springsteen's halftime show.
Yeah.
That all sounds like I can't tell those songs apart. They all sound
it just depends on your ear, I suppose.
me. Yeah.
Just what you're used to.
Yeah.
Sue and I were watching and quite enjoying it, and she says, I don't think he's going to do the Not Like Us song because they're getting sued. And he started doing it, and she says, I am shocked that he's doing it.
Muhammad said the same
and
thing.
I said, well, why not? It's his #1 song.
Sure.
It's the hit.
He won a Grammy for
But
it.
there's pedophile.
Well, he
stuff.
changed the lyric.
Yeah.
He changed the lyric. He left out the word pedophile. And then I thought I saw Serena Williams there.
She's Drake's ex.
And she was dating Drake, And so that's
there
kind
were
of
lots
cool.
of kind of in your. And so he was wearing that necklace that was a lowercase a.
Yeah, what was that?
And I asked Muhammad, I'm like, what's that? And he said, well, part of that line in the song where he's calling Drake a pedophile is he says, oh, did you write that song in A minor? Like, minor.
Oh, I see.
So there were this little.
I thought it was an Amazon logo.
I'm getting paid for this.
My wife pointed out she thought that the halftime choreography, she said, it looks like it was inspired by Squid Game in a lot of ways.
Okay, I suppose it could be. Yeah, you could see that.
And what's his name was in it?
Sam
Uncle
Jackson?
Sam Jackson as Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
And some right-wingers were like, yeah, here's Hollywood coming to kiss Trump's ass, trying to be American.
No.
What?
Oh, no, you weren't paying attention at all, were you?
All Sam Jackson did say, now just try to keep it, not so in your face, Kendrick. Keep things calm, okay?
That is not what he was,
I think it's important for us to be open to things that we're not familiar with and learning about them. And...
That being said, I thought that Lady Gaga doing that thing on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
That was great.
Lovely voice.
She's terrific. And I even liked Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah.
I like John Batiste.
Oh, he was great.
Singing the national anthem. I thought he was excellent.
Yeah.
And we got some trombone shorty, which made me happy.
There was something off about that performance, though, like the lip syncing was off or something.
It may have been a camera satellite delay thing.
Maybe.
Might have been. Anyway, but yeah, so there was there's your sports. There it is.
That was a boring game.
Amy was sick, so she's not here to tell us
right.
about the game. So anyway.